The Cult of the Sacred Worm. Good evening, and welcome to a deeper dive into one of history's most chilling enigmas, the cult of the sacred worm. This evening, we will expand on the lore surrounding this mysterious belief system, uncover alleged connections to ancient civilizations, and explore modern conspiracy theories that suggest its influence has persisted into our own time. Prepare yourself, truth and speculation are about to intertwine. Lore of the Sacred Worm. The sacred worm, referred to in recovered texts as Saranaxis, the coiled one, or Umbracana, the shadow burrower, is believed to have been worshipped as both a god and an oracle. The cult's lore paints the worm as a being of vast intelligence and terrifying power, far removed from anything human or earthly. Over time, stories emerged of its alleged origin, purpose, and connection to humanity. Origins of the worm. According to fragmentary carvings and myths, the worm is said to have descended into the earth from the void. Some interpret this as evidence of an extraterrestrial origin, possibly a being from another dimension. Others argue it could be a manifestation of primal fears, earthly yet deeply alien. Legends claim the worm slumbered deep beneath the Earth's surface, feeding on the collective thoughts and emotions of its worshippers. Over centuries, it allegedly grew more powerful, its voice reaching into the minds of the cultists to deliver commands. The worm's purpose. A recurring theme in cave paintings and relics is the idea that the worm had a purpose. It sought to transform the world into a garden for its kind. Sacrifices were not merely acts of devotion, they were meant to reshape the fabric of reality, altering human consciousness to pave the way for the worm's brood. The cult's practices. The cult of the sacred worm was not a single group but a network of isolated sects operating independently yet bound by shared symbols and rituals. Each sect believed they were caretakers of the worm, tasked with ensuring its survival and carrying out its will. Rituals reportedly involved ceremonial feasts, blood offerings, and elaborate dances designed to mimic the worm's movements. Some accounts suggest that the cult consumed hallucinogenic substances to achieve a shared trance state, claiming to hear the worm's song, a low-frequency vibration said to induce both ecstasy and fear. Influence on ancient civilizations. There are speculative links between the cult of the sacred worm and several ancient civilizations. While mainstream archaeology dismisses these connections as coincidental, proponents of alternative history argue otherwise. The Atacama Desert and Nazca Lines. The Atacama cave paintings share thematic similarities with the nearby Nazca Lines, particularly the spiraling patterns found in some glyphs. Could these patterns represent the worm's coiled form? Some theorists believe the Nazca lines were created by cultists as offerings to guide the worm's return. Ancient China. In the forests of China, stories of earth serpents abound in ancient texts. A notable example is the Shanhai Jing, classic of mountains and seas, which describes subterranean creatures that burrow through the soul, not the soil. Could these be distorted accounts of the sacred worm's influence? Siberian megaliths. In Siberia, certain ancient megalithic sites align with rumored cult activities. The Sayan Mountains are home to peculiar carvings depicting serpentine figures intertwined with human forms. Local folklore speaks of shamans who descended into the underworld to speak with the earthworm god. Modern conspiracy theories. The cult of the sacred worm may not be a relic of the past. Numerous conspiracy theories suggest that the cult, or its ideological successors, continues to operate in the shadows, influencing modern events and possibly harboring the worm, or its descendants. Sightings of the coiled symbol. Reports of the coiled worm symbol have emerged in unexpected places, on the walls of abandoned factories, in graffiti near sites of mysterious disappearances, and even on rare ancient coins unearthed in unrelated archaeological digs. Some claim the symbol has been seen at gatherings of secret societies, fueling speculation that the cult has infiltrated modern organizations. Influence on global events. conspiracy theorists propose that the cult's alleged goal of reshaping human consciousness aligns with certain technological or political movements. For example, some argue that the advent of mass surveillance and data mining serves as a modern worm song, subtly manipulating human behavior. The worm's biological legacy. There are rumors of secret government experiments to uncover or replicate the worm's supposed mind control abilities. A 2013 whistleblower claimed that a classified program, codenamed Project Ouroboros, was investigating parasitic organisms capable of altering neurological pathways, a direct nod to the worm's legendary abilities. Another chilling theory suggests the worm was never a single entity but a species. Could descendants of the original sacred worm still exist, burrowing deep beneath the earth or hiding in uncharted regions? The worm as a tool for power. The most sinister theory posits that powerful elites have co-opted the cult's practices for their own ends. This version of the cult does not worship the worm but uses its alleged abilities to control populations, ensuring obedience through psychological manipulation. Disturbing accounts from witnesses. In recent decades, anecdotal reports have surfaced from individuals claiming encounters with either the cult or the worm itself. The Miner's Tale, Siberia, 1987. A group of miners in Siberia reported encountering a massive, coiling thing while drilling deep underground. The government allegedly sealed the site, declaring it a geological hazard. Survivors later recounted vivid dreams of a voice commanding them to dig further. The Atacama Caravan, 2010. A tourist group in the Atacama Desert claimed to have seen faint, glowing spirals on a cave wall at night. Upon returning to the site the next day, they found no markings. Several members of the group reported recurring nightmares and a strange compulsion to return to the desert. Corporate links. Present-day online sleuths have pointed to the use of coiled worm imagery in logos and designs of certain corporations involved in bioengineering and artificial intelligence. Could this be an homage to the worm, or a hint at a deeper connection? Conclusion: the eternal mystery. The cult of the sacred worm remains an enigma, its secrets buried beneath layers of time and speculation. Whether the worm is an ancient myth, an extraterrestrial entity, or a metaphor for humanity's darkest impulses, its influence endures in the fears and whispers it has left behind. If the cult persists today, one final question looms: what does the worm want? Is it a being with its own agenda, or a tool of those who wield power in its name? The answer may forever elude us, or perhaps we are too afraid to uncover it. Thank you for joining me tonight. Stay vigilant and tread carefully, for you never know what lies beneath your feet.